This is my Ethereum miner, and as you can see I have various different GPUs here. I do have dual PSUs, trying to save a little bit of money. Also, if one were to fail, it would be a little cheaper to buy it. I will say that it is working. I did order one that was used on Amazon. It did not work. I'm having to return it. Free shipping and everything, wasn't no big deal. But just kind of for beginners, I'm going to let you know. I thought it might have been just a power supply problem, but I went ahead as far as the ribbons are concerned. It was recommended. I talked to the guys on the support for the GPU shack, and he says 2 power supplies is not supported. You can read the stuff, and it tells you right there. But he says you might, if you can get it working, more power to you. But he says you might want to try the USB risers, and basically that's the USB risers under there. And I put the last 3 on USB risers because I did notice I was getting kind of a power feedback in it, and it was causing my miner, it would just stop and it wouldn't do anything. And so you might want to, for the last 3, at least the last 3, be sure and get you some of those USB power risers, powered power risers. Well, I guess it has to be powered, but I'll show you kind of the back side of those. Use the ribbons, regular ribbons on the front. And anyway, so I picked this guy up. This is a 390. This is a R9 390, and it was on eBay used. Took a little bit of a chance, but man, for $200, it'll give you 25 plus mega hash, but it is about 300 watts when it's running and mining on the GPU shack EthOS, the Ether operating system. So it will pull about 300 watts continuous, right about there. So that's just for 5 extra hash, 5 to 6 extra mega hash. You're looking at 100 extra watts. At 200 watts though, that's about 100 watts per 10 mega hash. These 380s are beautiful. They're just absolutely wonderful. They'll almost do 20 mega hash stock as is without any changing to the system or anything. I love these guys. They run cool. They only have one 8-pin going in, so it saves you some PCI or having to split them or anything. I split these, and I'm running it on this 750 bronze, the EVGA, and they're running. I mean, it's running nice and cool. I haven't had any problems. I've run it overnight for a couple of nights. Excuse me. But I had a sneeze there. So it ran for a couple of nights, and the cords are real cool, so it's running just fine. Temperatures are stable. I did add quite a bit of space in between those to do this. I also tilted this. You can see my other power supply just setting behind there, so the fan's actually blowing the warmer air up and also sucking in cooler air from this other side, which this one is blowing out and sucking in cooler air from the front. I believe that's what's happening. Maybe not. Maybe it's sucking in cool air and blowing it out. I don't know. May have that backwards. I'll have to watch that for a little bit and watch my temps. Right now everything's running really cool, as you can see. 70. Well, 70 may be a little bit warm. The rest are 64. But this one is setting, why it's running 70 is because it's sitting right over the CPU. And the CPU is blowing up, and it's right next to this 390. This 390, it will produce a little bit of heat. So there's that plate of that 390, and there's the CPU right below it. So all that air is kind of coming up. And it's very stable. So, I mean, that's probably the hottest I've seen it this whole time. And I'm down in the basement. 70 is nothing to be really that concerned about. 390. There's a 380 there. I believe. Yeah, I think that's a 380. That may be the 380X. Oh, the 380s and 380X can't really tell much difference as far as the actual thing when you get it in. They look the same to me. I can't tell the difference. Anyway, the only thing is that I guess the chipset's set a little different, and so it can cost you a little more. But I haven't seen but like 1 mega hash on the normal settings, if even that, maybe a partial mega hash in between a 380 and 380X. In my opinion, just save your money. But now the gurus may know a little bit more, and they may play with the settings more in here. I run stock. I set it and forget it. Okay, so there's a 380 and a 380X and another 380, and here is a 380X Sapphire. I like this one pretty good. I mean, it's nice. It runs nice and cool, but you do have to have either a splitter or something going in. Here I got SATA power going in for the other 6, so I got it running off my SATA on the extra PSU, and there's my standard. So I got standard powers going in and another SATA. I don't know if I'd run it just off of 2 like SATAs or anything like that. Other guys might be more cautious about that, or maybe more daring rather. This is running really cool. The wires aren't warm at all. As far as running 2 PSUs, again, you just put these EVGAs, they come with a little cap. These are 750s again, the bronze, Supernovas. And so they come with a little cap. You just put that on there and make sure you turn this on first. And you want to power everything that's going to be connected here. Don't alternate and add those onto the other supply unit. Do not do that. Put them all on the same, so that they're all on the same circuit. They're not running in, because that may cause them to parallel or do other stuff, and you'll get over amperage and burn your wires, burn your stuff. Don't do that. Put all your cards and all the connections from these cards, if you're doing on the last cards, on this separate power supply. Never put anything on the other power supply. Again, I'm going to repeat that one more time. Do not put anything from this same power supply, anything from these cards that's including, you know, these powered risers down here. Make sure that it goes to the same power supply as you're powering the actual graphics card, main card. Everything needs to be in the same one. Okay, and these are all running. This is my motherboard, and these 3 cards, all the powered risers, all the Molexes go in this one. And these 3 cards, all the powered risers and all the powered things go into this PSU down here, that 750 there. So there we go. And I am running right now about 124, 125 mega hash, and it is running great, as you can see there. Running on the program. And watch my other video, my previous video, if you want to know how to set up your wallet. And that's about it. Oh, this guy is just a crate. You know, I just kind of cut some pieces out. These are stir sticks, big 5-gallon paint stir sticks that I had laying around the house just to give me a little more expansion. You see, so this is kind of just a beast. I'm just holding it all together. Plenty of airflow kind of coming in and out. I'm out of the other power supply there. I previously had the original power supply that didn't work mounted up high, and I took it off. You know, just I set that other one back there and said I may end up dragging that one back. I don't know, just to kind of where it's all together. So when I pick up everything, it all goes together. But there it is, and so it's real stable, real sturdy. That's my power there. And watch my previous video if you want to see exactly where that goes. And I'll probably trim up some of these cable ends and stuff like that. So anyway, there we go. That's pretty much it. I can't think of anything else to add. But anyway, I'm excited about Ethereum. It keeps going up. I've gotten $1 or so. I mean, it's just really impressive. I suggest anybody hop on. You can even just purchase some and just ride out the wave if you want to. But man, I like to mine it. I really feel like a big nerd when I do it, and that feels good. So almost like a hacker, but not really. You know, kind of like a lame hacker, poser hacker. Yeah, you know, the posers, like the skateboarders, you know, they carried around a skateboard and pretended to be cool and stuff. Well, hey, they're still pretty cool in my book, so that's kind of where I am. I'm a poser hacker, I guess, is what I feel like. But anyway, down in my basement, making me money, that's the best thing. That's what I like, that it is actually making a little bit of an income. So that's pretty neat. So I don't know, I have to look up on my, again, about how much it's making. I think it's over $300 a month, for sure. Anyway, if you got any questions, again, you know, sometimes you can pick up some cheap ones on eBay. I just suggest getting the 380s. Just deck it out with the 380s and be done with it. That way you got all the, you know, the standard PSUs. Don't have to buy any wire splitters or anything like that, and save more money that way. So these are 2 750 Supernovas, and these are R9 380s, 380X. So 3 380X, I'm sorry, 3 380s, 2 380Xs, and 1 390, all in the R9 chipsets. That's what, because I was looking at all the power and everything. Again, all these running in together is about, it's been running for a while now. You can see the temperatures. 72. I might have to alternate that power a little bit. I don't like 72. Oh, it went drop down to 71 as soon as we talk about it. Anyway, they all look really good. My amperage, so you could say 12 amps. You know, kind of be careful with that. You don't want to like plug in like a microwave or something that pulls a lot of amps and short circuit on this, or throw the breaker or anything. I'd rather not do that if I were you. So there's our wattage. I guess I'll turn it around. So 1,323. So, and these are this one, actually everything on this one with that 390, it runs at 700 watts, right at 700 watts. And that's actually it's a little less than that, because see, I also got my routers on that plug too. So it's probably a little less. I got my modem and my router on that one, so it's a little less than that. So right at about 700. That one is then running the rest of that power, and you know, these things are very capable of doing about 1,500 watts, and right now I'm at 1,323. And I'm curious, I wonder if Bits Be Trippin', that guy produces some awesome videos. I kind of challenge him a little bit. They make this riser, a USB riser, that actually goes from one port to 3 different ports, so it gains you another 2 ports. And I was talking to some of the guys again on that you know, chat client, and I asked him, you know, could I do, you know, more GPUs on this one motherboard? And he said, well, 8 I think is max as far as what it will support. So maybe you can add another thing in there and add another GPUs. You know, maybe you can find another power supply and, you know, kind of run a couple more. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. I put the challenge out there to Bits Be Trippin' to see if he can do that and have a lot of stability and no issues with either 2 or 3 power supplies with Ethereum OS operating system. It seems to me that he has more stuff that he can play with. I'm on a very limited budget, so I'm doing good to have what I have here. So I'm hoping this might make me some money, or else I might be in the doghouse. All right, so thanks guys again. This is my system. Got any questions, be sure and comment. Thank you.